You guys like that's the intro music because it was on my mixer. So there you go. That's the intro music. What's up, everybody? Everybody, welcome to Yo Live Comedy Show. I figured since nobody knew about it, I should make it like a big deal. Because Yo makes it a big deal. I'm gonna give you guys the live output. If you're in the chat room, then you can see it. This is for the guys that are actually on the show. So I hope everybody's doing good and staying corona free or whatever. Unless it's beer, obviously. That's a corny joke. But living in a place... Oh yeah, I have laughs. That was a hilarious joke. Living in a place for a while that had blue laws, being Georgia, I learned that you have to buy your Sunday beer on Saturday. And then you have to try to not drink all your Sunday beer Saturday night after you drank all your Saturday beer. So what I'm saying is, don't drink all your apocalypse beer on St. Patty's Day. That's basically moral of this story. Everything's shutting down. You're not going to be able to, right now, only essential businesses being grocery stores and Walmart. That's the only thing to open, and gas, obviously. But pretty soon, I was thinking about it, pretty soon I'm going to have to buy my workout supplements like crack on the street. Be like, yo, you got any of that creatine? I should do laughs for him. Do you notice that they're trying to keep people segregated? They've given old people a shopping time at the supermarkets. Did you know that? It's like 6 to 7 or 7 to 8 is the shopping time. And that's ageist, isn't it? To think that every old person gets up at like 5 o'clock and wants to shop like as soon as the store opens. My dad was very upset about that. He's like, bullshit, I don't want to get up that early. And I was thinking about this whole thing is like a big snow day, basically. It's just a big, long snow day. Everybody's off. All the kids are home. But there's no snow, and you could die. That's the only difference of this and a snow day, basically. And it's weird because everybody's freaking out, right? But I'm just like so relieved that I don't have to go anywhere. I'm like, there's nowhere to be. I don't have to remember schedules, anything. I'm just like chilling, doing podcasts from my own room. All right, so that's enough BS from me. What we're going to do is bring on your first comedian of the night. Good friend of mine. Oh, that's the wrong window. Let me bring up the correct window here. First comedian of the night, even though it says we're not streaming, is Victor Cedeno.
Hello, everybody. Hello. How's it going? Wonderful. I'm used to coming out to really big applause, so this is really awkward for me being home alone here in the Library of Alexandria. These are all the books that I read. That is proof that all my Facebook arguments, I am right. All right, I am the first person to read all these books. The Library of Alexandria. I'm also here in front of the fireplace. This is where Santa Claus died last year. The Santa Claus you have new. That Santa Claus is not the real Santa Claus. That's a fake one. All right, that's Tim Allen. Tim Allen is now Santa Claus. Now the real Santa Claus died here. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Guys, it's St. Patty's Day. We're all home. Everybody feels like me now every single year because that's what I do on St. Patty's Day. I stay home. I don't subscribe to that we're all Irish bullshit. All right. I didn't get called to spick my whole damn life to just be Irish all of a sudden. All right. This is I paid for this title to be Puerto Rican, so I'm going to keep that title, right? Because it was the goddamn Irish people that were part of the group that was calling me Spix in the first place. All right, so pardon me if I don't fucking celebrate with leprechauns and fucking four-leaf clovers. I don't feel like it. All right, but interesting enough, since everybody's home, everybody was on Facebook watching. What's the name of that band again? Dropkick Murphys. I've never heard of them, but they got 130,000 people watching their concert right now, where nobody's in attendance. Me and Dropkick Murphys have the same amount of people in the audience right now, except they have 130,000 people watching, and it made me think of a story of a good friend of mine, Dropkick Kendall. That's what we're gonna call him. All right, he's not a Irish fella. He is a black fella that I grew up with. And Dropkick Murphys makes me think of when Arnold got drop kicked. Do you remember that on camera? And that fucking guy in Africa ran and just drop kicked Arnold right in the back. And everybody was like, why did that guy drop kick Arnold for no reason? Security hemmed him up. He's probably still in a Somalian prison camp right now doing hard labor just for that drop kick. Why would he do that? And I was like, I know exactly why he would do that because I know Dropkick Kendall. All right, and to know Kendall, you need to know the backstory of Kendall. Kendall's a kid I grew up with who was one of my best friends. Somebody's doing cocaine in my ear. So
I was hearing that.
Kendall was one of my friends that I grew up with. 13-year-old, right? But he had the body of a man. So nobody really messed with us. That was one of the good pluses. Another good plus of being friends with Kendall is Kendall had a hot mom. Kendall's mom was gorgeous. She looked like the second mom in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but even prettier and with money. She had hooked up with some football player who wasn't good enough for me to remember his name, but he had a lot of money. And where was I going with this story? Dropkick Kendall. So Kendall's mom was unlimited deposits in the spank bank. That's how hot Kendall's mom was. And as a 13-year-old boy, you need all the spank bank deposits that you could get because I was constantly making withdrawals. And hanging out with Kendall, you always got into something because Kendall had this switch in his head where he would just hit people for no reason, and it was just a trigger that he had. So Kendall, one time he got into a fight with this kid that lived in our complex, and he was like a special kid. He was like autistic, he was barbaric, he was fucking whatever otheristic that you could think of. This kid was not right in his head, and he looked like a platypus. Right? He had the big lips and he had glasses. He looked like a cartoon character, and he had some sort of surgery where he couldn't raise one of his arms a lot like this, so he was like this. But this kid was the biggest prick you've ever imagined in your life. So anytime anybody picked on him, nobody ever felt bad because they knew he deserved it. So this kid would pick fights, and then you would do something to him, and then his mom would come, and his mom was fucking even crazier than him, and she was fucking nuts. So Kendall one day picks a fight with this kid, and he just picks a fight with him, beats the kid up. The kid goes home, tells his mom. His mom comes out. And his mom had already, like the previous week before, had already beat up another kid's mom in the courtyard. It was a very crazy courtyard, all right? And in this courtyard, the kid already beat up this other kid's mom. And um, she beat this lady up, and then she tried to beat Kendall up. Now Kendall is 6'3", 13 years old. He's like 6'3", 185 pounds, 190 pounds, and he just does a standing drop kick and drop kicks this lady right in the chest. She lands on the ground. He gets on top of these garbage poles. He gets on top of these garbage poles and he does a doink splash. I don't know if you guys are into wrestling, but he does this doink splash from the top of the freaking mailbox and lands on right on her chest and just completely destroys this lady. And that's what I thought of when I thought Arnold. When I remember drop kick Kendall. That kid was out of his mind. What else were we going to talk about? Facebook arguments. Everybody's working from home. If you're lucky enough to work from home, I know a lot of people are working from home. I'm working from home, so lucky me. But I don't know. I've always been pretty crazy with jobs. I've always had jobs that I shouldn't have had. Like I was a bouncer. I can't fight, so that's a weird job to have. I was a stripper. I can't dance. That's a weird job to have. To have. Now I work in customer service. I don't like people. That's another weird job to have. I don't know where I'm going with these jokes. I'm just sitting here on this Facebook live stream. I'm supposed to have jokes, but I don't have no jokes for you. I have no jokes for this comedy.
It's weird
All
with
right.
people not responding.
No, you know what? I'm used to that. I'm used to talking to people, like making fun of people in the crowd. Maybe I should just make fun of maybe my daughter's toys. I should have lined up all of my daughter's toys and just made fun of them. That would have probably been a lot easier. I'm just sitting here sweating under this one spotlight that's in my room. What else can I leave you with before I wrap this bad boy up? Dropkick Kendall was a funny story. I thought so. Kendall, Kendall was a kid. One time Kendall let us get robbed. I thought we were safe because Kendall was big, but some kid pulled a knife on me and robbed me in front of Kendall and robbed me of Kendall's own chain, and he didn't do anything to stop it. And then when the kid left with his chain, he was like, "You just got robbed." I was like, actually, if you really think about it, you just got robbed because that wasn't my chain, that was your chain. He didn't think that was funny either. Yeah, it didn't go over too well with him, but what else did I have? I feel like I just did 4 minutes.
You did like 7 or 8.
Oh, 7 or 8. Wow. I'll leave you with this. Goodbye.
All right, everybody, give it up. Hold on, let me make sure you can hear me. Where am I? All right, everybody, give it up for Victor Cedeno. Use the applause button.
Oh, where's the applause button?
Next up, we got a very funny guy. He had a hard time figuring out this app, even though he should be good with computers, but apparently not that good with computers. So everybody give it up for Vishnu Vaka.
Yo, I was looking at this bug here. It looked like it's dead, but I don't think it is. It's just acting like it's dead. And I was trying to watch it and see if it would come back and try to escape. Not sure if I want to kill it or not, but it's right next to my leg. And I don't want it to jump up and bite me or something. So it's weird. I'm in my basement. I wrapped it up with the foil, so nothing can get to me the virus. You know. The thing is, like, I'm not really worried about the virus. It's just that people are making such a big deal about it. So I'm thinking if people are making a big deal about it, maybe it is something I should be worried about. And I just want people to fucking stay home for a couple of weeks so we can get back to normal, man. What the fuck? I mean, there are people out there protesting the virus. Like, really, yo, you need to protest the fucking virus? I mean, they're not protesting. They're just out and about, acting like they don't care about the virus. I look at it like they're trying to protest the virus. It's a virus. You can't fucking protest a virus, you idiots. So yeah, don't be trying to protest it because the virus will get you. And then I have to wait out another 2 weeks until you get better. I just want everybody who is like sick right now to get better, and then nobody else gets sick, and then we're done with it. It's not that hard, but I'm safe though. I got me my foil wrap basement. Nothing gets in here. There are a couple of dead bugs, and some I don't know if they're dead or not. But decided I'm going to start recording my open mic shit and put it out to the world to judge me. I'm not sure it's that funny, but I just did it anyways. Let me tell you the joke. Should I tell you the joke now?
Tell us the joke.
Okay, I'll tell you the joke. My wife and I we were watching the Super Bowl halftime, and I looked at my wife and I said, you know, I can't believe Jennifer Lopez is so hot for a woman in her 50s. And my wife goes, she's not 50s. She's not in her 50s. I was like, yes, she is. So now we're about to have an argument, right? But I don't want to have an argument. We don't need to because in this day and age, we got Google. Nobody need to get into arguments anymore. So that's why I told her, listen, I can Google this shit out and we can settle it right now. So I Googled it and I found out I'm right. Jennifer Lopez is 50 years old, so I won, and I should have just took my victory and called it a day. But I'm an idiot, so I was like, I started trying to act like I'm the shit. So I was like, woman, you need to think twice before you start trying to argue with me next time because I know what the fuck I'm doing. I got Google. I'm Google powered. And my wife goes, okay, then how old am I? And I was like, how old are you? I mean, the thing is, I know how old she is, but when she asked me like point blank like that, I forgot. And now yeah, it did not go well for me. Um, I'm still working on the joke. How am I doing with my time? Yeah.
You can go as long as you want,
Oh,
but
because I do.
you are at like 3.5 minutes, 4 minutes.
3.5 minutes. Okay. I wrote a couple of jokes that I tried with like Catholic audience that didn't go well.
Well, we
It's
would love to hear those.
it's um it's an abortion joke. I was talking about how if men have babies, it would be Second Amendment not to have babies. From my cold dead dick, you will pull out a baby. Uh, Women, they try to go to the courts and shit because they're not as smart as men. We would be like, let's put that shit on the Constitution. You know, but then I think prophets would be also supportive to men because all prophets are men. So they would be like, yeah, let's just kill the babies. We don't want to deal with the pain. And God would be like, yo, what's up? What is this? Why are you guys killing babies? And the prophets would be like, God, you gotta understand, it hurts. And God would be like, okay, I see, because God is a man too. So yeah, that's why women get to have babies and men don't, because God is a man. And yeah, we just had a baby, so I was thinking about it too. Until our son started kicking, I didn't really feel like we were having a baby. Are we having a baby? Should we do this? Is it, you know, you know, is it, are we screwing up? Should we go back? But then when he started kicking, it's like, okay, this is real. That's like he gets quarter rights. When the baby kicks, I think he gets quarter rights. So now you can get rid of the baby. Thanks,
And
Clint.
I'm back. Sorry. Thank you,
Thanks, Clint.
Vishnu.
Thank you.
That was Vishnu Vaka, everybody. I think with this economy, he shouldn't have had a baby. I mean, you know what I mean? It's just not a good time to have babies, Vishnu.
I love
It's too
his
late,
name.
bro.
Sounds like something they have at like the Olive Garden or something.
Vishnu Waka?
The fish, the vodka.
All right, you guys can hear him already. Our next comedian up, Vishnu, sign off of that app so that Tim can
Okay.
get in.
Okay.
Our next comedian is the steamroller of comedy, and
Can you see me?
not yet. I'm waiting to show that you to them.
All right.
There you go. You're on.
Now you can see me?
Yes, sir. They can hear you too.
You can hear me?
Yup.
All right, because we're low, man. I hope everybody's doing well during this problem we're having. That's right. I don't know. I'm doing good. I'm a comic, and I just found out that the government may be giving everybody $1,500, and I'm psyched because that's like a year and a half of comedy money. So things are gonna work out well. People were hoarding away toilet paper like crazy, which I don't understand because there's not going to be a lot of food, so you won't be shitting that much. And I don't know why they're hoarding that away. My wife's hoarding away dumbbells and freaking chicken wings because she's a bodybuilder. And we've decided not to quarantine together, myself and my wife. We've decided definitely don't quarantine together. We live in different residencies. Why fuck it up now? You know what I mean? Let's keep it casual. This is a casual quarantine in my house. What else is happening? No gyms. Can't go to the gym. So everyone has quit their New Year's resolution at once. That's right. They said you could do a virtual gym, which is cool, but how do I get my fucking pizza and Tootsie Rolls now? I mean, versus a lot of murders. That's what this quarantine is going to do. People are going to reevaluate their lives and their situations. That's right. Divorces will be up. Babies' births will be up. Stuff like toy comics. So, I'm broke every day. But I'll tell you what, it's St. Patrick's Day, too. A lot of people forgot it's St. Patrick's Day. Just wanted to say, you might be, it's not the worst St. Patrick's Day I've ever had, so I wanted to know that I've had worse. This one isn't too bad. I mean, so what? We're a little bit short on supplies. I'm sure everybody's partying, having a good time anyway. This is America. A virus can't stop us. That's right. That's what happened. We have Trump. Trump is a virus. We need one virus to kill the other, I guess. I'm not sure. I'll tell you what, them old men better stop going out there trying to win votes. Biden and Bernie, man, they're old. They're the first ones to go. I love when guys like that say, I'm running for president. That's a big prediction. Look how old you are. You shouldn't be buying baloney more than $1 at a time. Do you know what I mean? You're making these long predictions. I mean, this is one of those ones where you know whoever the vice president is, if they get elected, he's going to wind up being president. So you work on who the vice president is. Because he's just a body waiting to bury right now. It's and I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with the world. It's crazy. Just think of all the shit that's happened since Trump president. I mean, collusion. You had, they impeachment. Everything. Now they're throwing acts of God. We still don't even know. We still don't even know what killed off the dinosaurs. We're trying to figure that out. The only way to figure that out is we have to ask Nancy Pelosi. She remembers what actually killed them and what day of the week. Everybody's just going to have sex without condoms right now. This is the time it gets dangerous. Everyone's like, fuck it. We're all done anyway. Even the Catholic Church closed. The Catholic Church closed. Somebody said, fuck at this. You know what I mean? These guys didn't close and children were getting molested. But a virus, they're like, oh, no way, we shut this down. But you can still send your money into God. That's like God's been quarantined. Suddenly, we're not even afraid of Arabs anymore. It's the goddamn Chinese. If this virus is doing anything, it's helping me find out. Like, I didn't know. I never realized how many different types of Asians there are. You know what I mean? Little fucking chicks. That's how it is. Somebody fucked a bat or a monkey. Now I can't go outside. I mean, what the fuck is going on? Those chicken fuckers. What else is happening? Schools are closed. That's right. Kids are home. This is what the real problem's going to be. Kids are home all day long. You know what they're doing? Fucking with your shit. They're looking for your weed. They're searching your house. They're touching your shit. That's the biggest virus than Corona any day is these goddamn kids. That's how I feel about it. But now as comics, we got to find new ways to get our high. This is getting our high, doing our shit, trying to get it paid. We're having open mics. If we're quarantined with more than 3 people, we have an open mic. We're doing this shit live streaming. I mean, I would be outside barking right now for this. Get like 2 more people in on it. I'm not sure. But I will just stay safe, man. Stay safe. We're all going to get through this. Unfortunately, we'll all get through this. That's the unfortunate part. I was hoping it would kill like every 3rd comic. So we'd only do like 1 billion comics. That's more comics than fucking Chinese. But stay in there. Stay strong. Drink up for St. Patrick's Day. Eat up. We're trying. Just remain calm. And listen, if the liquor store is closed, that's when we're all fucked. Okay? Remember that. When the liquor store is closed, it's all over. And when this is over, the whole thing's over. All that'll be left is Amazon. Thank you.
I like doing the voice like that, like people are sitting here listening to me. Carucci.
I like that too.
You know that Pennsylvania just shut the liquor stores?
It's over.
I'm pretty sure today they shut liquor stores down. So
they have distributors. They don't even have liquor stores. They got the beer distributors.
They got packies. That's what they call them.
Those people shouldn't be drinking anyway. You know what I mean? They got fireworks and booze. Fuck that. You know.
Tim, make some noise. Let's see if we got sound from you. No, I hear you on my. You got to sign off of the Facebook call in order to get sound on the Ronde Business. So it shut off of this Facebook call. This is what took us so long, people. An extra half an hour to get everybody signed on to this thing.
Yeah, we're comics. We're not the smartest people in the world.
I know. Listen, dirt bikers have figured out how to get onto this thing, so
they're motivated.
That's
my money was on Vishnu when he started having problems. I said we're all fucked.
There
but then
we
I
go.
remember he's a comedian, so.
All right, we got he's half comedian, half Indian. So apparently the comedian is winning out.
He's a comedian.
All right, we got our final comedian on for the night. He has been cooped up in his house, doing phone consultations with people that I bet in your line of work, I think Rich is taking a piss for us.
That's what it sounds like.
Oh, shit. Sorry about that.
In Tim's line of work, you gotta be having some serious, serious fucking crises going on.
Some people, yeah. Some people are doing pretty good.
All right, so I'm not gonna rob your time here. All right, next up, final guy tonight of the Yo Livestream comedy show is Tim Lowe. You rhyme with it too. Yo Livestream comedy show, Tim Lowe. Here you go.
I love it. Oh, this is fascinating. I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm gonna give you a tour of my apartment because I've been cooped up here. This is a little bit of the dip. I'm not gonna do any material because the garbage that is in this notebook right here. It is quite garbage right now because I have just been doing nothing but splitting my time between talking to clients. Some people are doing pretty good. It's like if you're like an anxious person and you go to Times Square or something like that, you're probably going to be pretty calm because there's so much stuff happening around you that like, oh, my brain can't compete with all this stimulation. I'm actually pretty calm right now. Same thing happens with scenarios like this. People have too much. There's a pandemic. Everyone's freaking out, and in their heads they're like, I've been preparing for this my entire life, and what's going on around me is not that bad at all. So I'm dealing with two extremes here. People that are like pretty calm with it, and other people that are freaking out, and I'm doing like 2 or 3 phone sessions with them a week. So that's fascinating. My wife's taking a bath in the bathroom, and I'm going to go bother her because she doesn't know. This is interesting. She doesn't know that you ever have those little keys, like if you lock yourself into a bathroom. A lot of people put these keys that easily comes with the door handle. You can buy it in like a Walmart. They're still open, I think. You can like put this little key thing through the door and it unlocks it. She doesn't know that I have one of them. And I'm going to go bother her. So let's see if we can take a little. Right. See, this is the key, something like that, yeah. And then what you do is that it just goes in here, and then you can, and you just pop it open. So I'm gonna go pop it open, and I'm gonna see if Hi, Mama. I'm gonna barge in. Please. I have a key. No, I'm just gonna see what you're doing. I get you. Oh no, it's facing me.
Thanks. How's your thing going?
It's going good. I'm just.
Are you on?
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
But no one can see you because the camera's facing this way.
Thank God.
You look real good. If only you could see what I'm seeing.
That's why I locked the door.
And it was still locked the whole time. You opened it. This is your fault.
I heard the key. How's it going?
It's going pretty good.
Did you change into your Harley Davidson shirt?
Yes. So she's finished with her bath. And annoyed. I feel very secure with the decision that I just made to do that. I want to talk to Vishnu later because I might be going to India at the beginning of next year for like this service trip, and I want to get some pointers on where I can buy some authentic Indian clothing. If you can help me out with that, Vishnu, or Rishi, or Pratha, I haven't seen him in a while. Who else? Who's another guy? I see him at Boiler Room a lot. If someone could give me some feedback. He's got a really long name, very thick accent, very funny guy. Harish, I think his name. I need to do some Indian reconnaissance, and I'll do a little bit of material. How does that sound?
Yeah.
Perfect. Sounds great. I have been getting into YouTube videos where animals go berserk, specifically circus animals, when they just tear someone apart. I think it's great. I think it's good, wholesome fun, because I don't like when people go to the circus to see a bear riding on a tricycle. You know, I don't want to see a bear act like a human. I want to see a bear act like a bear. You know, there's a lot of people who attack bear claws because we're a fat country. I don't see too many bear claws, though, attacking people. My favorite, though, has got to be elephant rampages. Elephant rampages are, because it's just so much force and power. They just, they're tossing cars like the little Hot Wheels toys. Because with all those elephants, I see a little bit of myself in each one of them. Because and the one that they just snap, and it's kind of like someone. Another thing that I've noticed is that with this whole coronavirus thing, Clint, I don't know if you saw it, but there was a bunch of Italian people hanging out outside of their balconies singing songs, and every time I saw that, it really put life in perspective in what we're doing, and it really made me think about how awful Italian music is. It's just mind-boggling that everyone likes that.
They were just spouting virus, weren't they?
Yeah, it was disgusting. It was vile. Accordions, not a good instrument. There's just too much going on there. Either be a piano or be that exercise thing that people use to get big pecs. You can't be both. You gotta be one or the other. I imagine I've done at least 5 minutes.
Let me look. Yeah, you're over. You're like 6.5 to 7.
Hey, I'm good with that. I'm
right.
feeling pretty confident. Saw my wife in the towel. She may be pretty mad at me. We'll see what happens with that, though.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming on. Thanks for being part of the very first live stream comedy show, Tim Lowe.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
And you can write some more stuff to tell to nobody virtually.
Oh, I will do that.
Perfect. Later, Tim. All right.
Adios.
All right, everybody. Sorry about the delay, but we're going to try to keep this comedy thing moving. And just provide you guys with a little bit of laughter. We can all watch this stuff, comment on it together. I don't know how yet to another page, then that share becomes its own comment. Like, it's really weird. I'm like, how come we can't all just comment together? But
yeah.
One day maybe they'll stop segregating our posts. In the future, we're gonna do some more. We're gonna De Blasio and I are gonna watch some outbreak movies like Outbreak, 28 Days, stuff like that, just to make this worse.